Close your eyes for 1 second. Imagine this. You wake up, but there is no bed under you. There is no floor. There is no ceiling above you. You are floating. You look outside the window and you see the earth, the whole earth, blue and green and white, small, like a ball, far, far below you. And then you remember. Today is your birthday. This is the story of Maya, a 29-year-old woman, a scientist. And today, her birthday, she is not on Earth. She is in space. And something is about to happen that she will never, ever forget. Let's begin. Part 1. The Girl Who Always Looked Up. Maya was not like other little girls. While other children played with dolls, Maya sat outside at night. She looked at the sky. She looked at the stars. She counted them. She named them. She talked to them. Her mother always said, "Maya, come inside. It is cold." But Maya always answered, "Just one more minute, Mama. Just one more." That 1 minute always became 1 hour. Maya grew up. She studied hard, very hard. She read thousands of books. She passed difficult exams. She never stopped. People asked her, "Why do you work so hard, Maya?" She always gave the same answer, "Because the stars are waiting for me." People laughed. They thought she was funny, or maybe a little strange. But Maya did not stop. And one day, the phone rang. It was NASA. They said 3 words that changed her life forever. "You are selected." Part 2. The Journey. 6 months later, Maya was sitting inside a rocket. Her heart was beating very fast. Her hands were shaking a little, but she was smiling. Next to her were her 3 best friends, also scientists, also chosen for the same mission. There was Priya, a funny woman from India who always made everyone laugh. There was Sophia, a quiet but very smart woman from Brazil who loved music. And there was Jin, a strong and calm woman from South Korea who was the best pilot Maya had ever seen. These 4 women had trained together for 2 years. They had eaten together, they had cried together, they had studied together. They were not just colleagues, they were family. The rocket counted down. 10, 9, 8, 7. Maya closed her eyes. 3, 2, 1. Boom! The rocket shook. Everything vibrated. Maya felt like a giant hand was pushing her down into her seat. Her cheeks moved back. Her lips felt strange. And then, silence. Pure, beautiful silence. She opened her eyes. They were in space. Part 3. Life in Space. The space station was called Aurora. It was not big. It was small, like a long metal tube floating in the sky. But to Maya, it was the most beautiful place in the world. Or, not in the world, above the world. Life in space was strange and funny and difficult, all at the same time. When Maya woke up every morning, she floated out of her sleeping bag. She brushed her teeth, but she had to be very careful. The water did not fall down. It floated. Small water balls flew everywhere. One time, a water ball went into Priya's ear, and Priya screamed so loud that everyone laughed for 10 minutes. Eating was also interesting. The food came in small packets. Maya's favorite was the mango pudding packet. She squeezed it into her mouth like toothpaste. "This is not how I imagined eating a birthday cake," Maya said one day, and then she stopped. She had not thought about it until that moment. Her birthday was in 3 days. She looked at the calendar on the wall. October 14th, her birthday. She would be 30 years old, and she was going to spend it in space. She felt something strange in her chest. Not sadness, not exactly. Something complicated. She thought about her mother. Her mother always made a big chocolate cake with 30 candles. No, wait, 29 candles last year. This year, 30. She thought about the smell of that cake. She thought about her mother's voice singing Happy Birthday, always a little out of tune. Maya looked out of the station window. The earth was below her, beautiful, silent, so far away. A small tear floated up from her eye. In space, tears do not fall down. They just float there, in front of your face, a tiny ball of water. Maya wiped it away quickly. She did not want the others to see, but someone had already seen.
Part 4. The Secret. Priya saw everything. She said nothing. She just nodded slowly to herself, and then she sent a very quiet message to Sophia and Jin. The message said only 4 words: Operation Birthday, start now. For the next 3 days, something strange happened on the Aurora station. Every time Maya entered a room, Sophia and Jin stopped talking. They smiled at her, big, innocent smiles, and said things like, "Oh, hi, Maya. Nothing is happening here. Everything is normal. Yes, very normal." Priya was worse. She was a bad actor. Every time she saw Maya, she giggled. Then she covered her mouth. Then she walked away very fast. Maya was confused. She asked, "Is everything okay? You all look strange." Jin said, very seriously, "We always look like this." Maya did not believe them, but she could not figure out what was happening.
Part 5. October 14th. On the morning of October 14th, Maya woke up slowly. She floated out of her sleeping bag. The station was quiet. Too quiet. "Hello?" she called. No answer. She floated through the small corridor toward the main room. The door was closed, which was unusual. The door was never closed. She pushed it open. "Surprise!" Maya screamed. Then she laughed. Then she almost cried. The room was completely transformed. Priya, Sophia, and Jin had spent 3 nights working on it. There were hundreds of small paper stars hanging from every wall. They had cut and folded each one by hand. The stars were gold and silver and blue. They floated gently in the air because there was no gravity to pull them down. The whole room looked like the inside of the universe. In the center of the room, floating slowly, was a round chocolate cake, or something that looked very much like one. Jin had used their food supplies, chocolate packets, biscuit packets, sugar, and created a small, round, beautiful cake. It had a tiny candle on top, a real candle. "We checked with Mission Control," Priya said proudly. "They said we can use the candle for exactly 45 seconds. After that, fire rules." Everyone laughed. Sophia pressed the button on her tablet. Music began to play. It was Maya's favorite song, the one her mother used to sing to her when she was small. And then the 3 of them, Priya and Sophia and Jin, began to sing. "Happy birthday to you." Their voices were not perfect. Priya was very loud. Sophia sang beautifully. Jin was slightly off-key, but very confident about it. It was the most imperfect, most beautiful song Maya had ever heard. She looked at the floating stars around her. She looked at the earth far below through the window. She looked at her 3 friends, her family, singing to her in a tiny metal room hundreds of kilometers above the planet. The candle burned for exactly 30 seconds before Jin blew it out. Fire rules! And everyone cheered. They ate the cake. It was a little dry. It was not her mother's chocolate cake. But it was made with love, in space, by 3 people who would do anything for her. Maya decided it was the best cake she had ever eaten. Part 6. The Most Unexpected Gift. After the cake, Priya said, "Okay, Maya, we have one more thing." Maya looked surprised. "More?" "Come to the window," Sophia said softly. The 4 of them floated to the large observation window, the biggest window on the station. Through it, they could see everything: the black sky, the bright stars, and the earth below, turning slowly, slowly, like a gentle breathing thing. Jin held up a small tablet. On the screen was a video call, and on the other side of the call, Maya's mother. Her mother was sitting at the kitchen table back home, the same kitchen Maya had grown up in. On the table was a big chocolate cake, 30 candles, all burning. Her mother looked at the screen. She looked at Maya's face, and she started crying immediately. "My baby," her mother said, "my baby is in space." Maya laughed and cried at the same time. It is possible. She is proof. "Mama, look," Maya said. She turned the camera to the window. She showed her mother the earth, the stars, the darkness, and the light. Her mother was silent for a long moment. Then she whispered, "You did it, Maya. You really did it." "I did it, Mama," Maya whispered back. They stayed like that, mother and daughter, separated by hundreds of kilometers of sky and science and air, but completely, perfectly connected. Later that night, when her friends were asleep, Maya floated alone by the window. She looked at the stars, her old friends, the ones she had counted as a little girl, the ones she had talked to in the cold night while her mother called her inside. She thought about her life. She thought about all the hard years, the difficult exams, the long nights studying, the people who laughed at her, the moments when she almost gave up. She thought about one thing. Dreams do not come easy, but they come. If you work, if you believe, if you keep going, even when people laugh, even when you are tired, even when you want to stop, the stars will wait for you. They always do. Maya smiled. She pressed one hand gently against the cold glass of the window. Outside, silent, ancient, infinite, the universe looked back at her, and for one birthday girl, floating in the dark between the stars, that was more than enough. And that is the story of Maya, a girl who looked up, a woman who went up. Tell me, which part of this story was your favorite? Was it the birthday surprise, the cake, or the phone call with her mother? Write your answer in the comments below. I read every single one. And if this story helped your English today, share it with one friend who also wants to learn, because learning is better together, just like birthdays in space. See you in the next story.